Hello and welcome back to the Academic Society. It's Toyin here. I'm excited to share this video with you. Someone in my Facebook group for grad students posted a question in the group, and I think this is a really important question, especially if you are very close to finishing your degree. Somehow when you get really close to finishing your degree, that's when the procrastination sets in. That's when you're maybe a little afraid of success or afraid of failure, and you kind of struggle to motivate yourself to actually get it done. Like all of the other requirements are done. You literally have to write your thesis or your dissertation, and that is it. And so I'm excited to share this video because I experienced this as well. And so I just wanted to walk you through what I did and my advice for if you're feeling this way. So welcome to the Academic Society. I am Toyin, the founder. I got my PhD in math. I landed my dream job as a lecturer at a university. And I also create these videos for grad students and academics about time management and productivity, and I also share my academic lifestyle. So like I mentioned, this video is about how to stop procrastinating and actually finish your degree. So what I want to do first is read the post from my Facebook group. By the way, if you are a grad student and you are not in my Facebook group for grad students, you should definitely join. It's an amazing supportive group. I love everything that happens in there. Okay, here is the post. It's kind of long. My friend recommended me and invited me to this group, and I went through posts and decided to write. I don't ask for help. It is my thing due to being brought up in a male-dominant patriarchal society. As a guy, we have to rely on ourselves with this emoji. I'm in the end of my master's journey and I'm having functional depression as I hate writing. I'm more of a speaker, and that's why I went to 6 conferences last year. And this year was selected in 5, but COVID, yay. I would love to hear any feedback. What should be done as a motivation tactic? Or let me rephrase, what do people do when they are close to the end of grad school and there is so much pressure and fear as you keep realizing so much pressure and fear as you keep realizing, and your supervisor keeps insisting you can do more and stay longer? What should I be doing to get out of the downward spiral and back to high productivity, as now I'm using Netflix and YouTube to run away from life? Thank you. Okay, first of all, let's just let this post breathe. How many of you can relate when you're getting close to the end of your degree? It's so hard to motivate yourself to get things done because you're likely not taking classes. Your only responsibility really is to write, and that can be hard to do without structure. So like I mentioned, this happened to me in my last year of grad school. All I had to do was teach the classes that I'm teaching and then finish writing my dissertation. And I love teaching and I love preparing for class. And so what ended up happening was every day I would start my day preparing to teach my classes, grading assignments, doing all of the things to prepare for class. And then by the afternoon, maybe like 2 p.m., I would say, okay, time for me to work on my research, time for me to write my dissertation. And maybe I would work for like 30 minutes, an hour, and then I would just be drained because teaching really drains me. I've already had a long day. Also, I'm not good at working in the afternoons. I'm a morning person. And so I was finding myself not making any progress on my dissertation. So I knew something had to change. So I thought to myself, okay, what needs to change? I know I'm going to get the teaching done because I love it. So maybe I shouldn't put that at the beginning of my day. So that means at the beginning of my day, I should be writing and working on my dissertation and finishing up my research. So what I decided to do was I started coming into my office at 7:30 a.m. If you're at home, go to where you work at whatever time that you work best. But I went to my office at 7:30 a.m. and I would work on my dissertation and my research in the first 3 hours of the day. And then around, I think 10, 11, I had a gym class that I would go to. That would be a good opportunity to take a walk, take a break, do a little exercise. Then I would have lunch, and then I would get to the rest of my day. And I still had like so much day left to do the things that I enjoyed more than writing my dissertation. And that really helped me to like buckle down and get things done. So let me break down my advice and see, and I want you to see if you can apply my advice to your situation. As with all of my advice, everyone is different and every grad program is different. So I always recommend you take the things that work for you, leave the things that don't work for you. Okay, here we go. So number one, my first piece of advice is to know yourself. This is so important. You have been in grad school for a while, so the self-discovery in grad school is so real. I learned so much about myself. So hopefully you know a lot about yourself, including when and where you work best. Hopefully by now you know exactly when you are most productive. Is it in the morning? Is it after lunch? Are you like a 10 a.m. kind of person? Are you a midnight person? So when are you getting your best high quality work done? And when are you most motivated to work? So figure that out for sure. And so when you know when you work best, that's when you schedule the thing that you are procrastinating on. When you work best, so let's say you work best from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That is when you're going to put on your schedule, if you can, that you're going to be working on your thesis or your dissertation or your writing, nothing else during that time. Also, it's important to figure out where you work best. So do you work best at your kitchen table? Do you need to be sitting outside? Do you need to go to like an outdoor coffee shop? Where do you need to go to get your work done? I have a dedicated office in my home now, so that's where I would work. When I was still going to campus as a grad student, I would go to my office on campus or even the library, and that was really helpful for me. So figure out where you get the best work done and go there when you're planning to work on your thesis or your dissertation. All right, and so this is more specific advice to the student who posted this in the group. He said that he is more of a speaker and he loves to speak, and that's why he went to conferences, but writing is so hard for him. And so my recommendation is, okay, well, if you know you like to speak, could you speak what you plan on writing and then just get it transcribed? So I'm pretty sure I've seen, especially in the age of COVID, that Google Docs has like a voice recording option and it transcribes your voice. Would it be helpful to just like brain dump what you want to say and just get it on the page and then organize it in your thesis? Maybe that could help that person. Maybe that could help you if you're more of a speaker than a writer. So it's all part of knowing yourself and optimizing what you know about yourself. Okay, advice number two. It's important to be around others in the same phase as you. So if you're around other grad students who are in a different phase, like they're taking classes, they're doing all of these things, their days are so structured, then it's kind of hard for you to relate. You want to be around other grad students who are in the same phase as you, in the writing phase, where their days are basically wide open and it's up to you to structure your day yourself and write. So my group, the Academic Society for Grad Students, is a great place to do that, but also I have another group that is more focused called Your Most Productive Week Ever. And these grad students, they are in there working every single day together. So here's how you can optimize your relationship with other grad students who are in the same stage as you. Okay, so you can get an accountability partner, someone else who's writing. So at the beginning of the week, you can check in with each other and say, all right, I want to reach this writing goal by the end of the week. And then at the end of the week, check back in. Did you get to that writing goal? Or what do you have left? Can you do something else before the day is over? All right, how can we set better goals for the next week? So that's one thing you can do. Also, with that same accountability partner, you can have co-working sessions, like writing sessions together. Get on Zoom, set timers. All right, we're gonna write uninterrupted for 45 minutes and talk in between. That makes it a little more fun and it holds you accountable. And this is exactly what we do in my program, Your Most Productive Week Ever. I'll put a link for it in the description of this video, but basically we have an accountability group. And in the group, people say, all right, I'm gonna be working today from 1 to 5. Anyone wanna join me in the co-working room? And they join each other on Zoom and work at the same time implementing the Pomodoro method, which leads me to my tip number 3. It's important to take breaks, especially if you wanna avoid burnout. So often we see like a big goal ahead of us and we just wanna like rush to the finish line and just work until we get there, but our bodies and our brains can't always handle that. All right, so we don't want to burn out, because when we burn out, that's when we start to procrastinate, because we're afraid of doing the work because we know that we're gonna burn out. So you delay doing the work, which means that you're gonna have to do it all at once, which means you're gonna burn out. Self-fulfilling prophecy. So instead, schedule regular breaks. It's okay to take a break, especially if you're being productive. Reward yourself with a break. All right, so I highly recommend the Pomodoro method, where you work for a certain number of time and then take a little break, work for a certain number of time and take a little break, and maybe take a bigger break after a few iterations. In your most productive week ever, we typically do about 45 minutes working sessions and then a 10 to 15 minute break. And that seems to really work for the students in that program. Also, I like to have one day off every week. So for me, that's Saturday. I literally do nothing on Saturdays and I love it. I just like to have a day where I'm not stressing, where I'm not like, I should be doing work. No, I'm just giving myself the freedom to say I'm not doing any work, and I'm not gonna have any expectation of doing any work because I don't want to, because this is my day off. All right, so that got a little preachy at the end. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, especially if you are a grad student in a later stage where you are writing your thesis or dissertation. If you are a new grad student, don't worry, I have something for you. I have a free masterclass just for grad students who are about to start their program. So if you want to know what to expect in grad school, definitely go to the Academic Society /free, and you can watch my class on demand, where I teach you how to know what to expect in your first semester of grad school, so you don't have to feel anxious about like the unknown, and you can know how to prepare yourself. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I post new videos every Sunday. And yeah, have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Bye.